My name's Marc Chenn, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called SaltStack. And today I'm going to talk to you about the art of the pitch. Little build up there. So I'm going to start off by talking to you about my worst pitching experience ever. Okay, little humility here. When I was 24 years old, I was attending university, and I was studying international relations. And I went to the basement of the library to study for a Chinese history examination. While I was sitting there in the basement, or not the basement, the first floor of the library, a beautiful girl walked in. And wow, tall, beautiful, she's probably very smart. And what was great is that when she walked in, she looked at me and she sat down right across the way there. She was sitting at a table. And I thought, what am I going to say to her? Love to be able to talk to this girl, find out more about her, and maybe take her out on a date. And so I sat there thinking to myself, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? And a few minutes passed, and in that space of time, she got up and she walked out. She had smiled at me, and I thought that maybe she was interested, but that wasn't the case. As she walked out, that wasn't the worst of it, no. So as I'm sitting there and she's walking by, I say to her something, probably that she couldn't even understand or hear. And as she walked out, I said to myself, if I ever see that girl on campus again, I'll go and talk to her. Moments later, the bell rings and I'm off to class. And as I'm walking out the door of the library, I look to my left, and there she is, sitting on the ledge. So it was that moment of truth where I had to sort of keep my promise to myself. So I walked out the door, I turned left, made a beeline towards her, and in a moment, stuck out my hand and said, have we met before? Terrible line, right? And she points to me and she says, yeah, we've actually met 6 times before. Terrible experience. She married me 12 months later. But that was the start of the worst pitch ever for me. Now, look, have you ever had to put your foot in your mouth because you said the wrong thing? Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you lost an opportunity? Maybe not once, but many times over and over again? That was sort of the situation that I felt that I was facing at the very outset of that conversation. And so, what I'm here to talk to you about today is the art of the pitch. How to do it well, how to do it right, and a few principles that I've learned along the way that I believe help me to stay centered when I'm making a pitch. So, I've made hundreds and hundreds of pitches, whether it's selling a product, convincing someone to do something, and also within the investment realm as well. And I'm going to talk to you about 3 different elements there that I believe are important in making the pitch. So the first principle, as you can see here, is that of building value. Okay? If you follow these 3 simple things, nothing's going to be rocket science here, but if you follow these 3 simple principles, I believe that you'll be centered well to have successful outcomes when you make a pitch. So when you build value, that first principle is probably the most important thing. And I think the first principle in building value is building value in yourself. When we hire someone at SaltStack, the first question we ask them is, what makes you unique? What makes you different? What do you feel like you can be the very best at in the world? In other words, what is your contribution going to be to our business? And so it's important that you first understand the value that you bring, that you're reflective and that you assess your strengths, your talents, and your abilities. Once you know your value, you can always be confident in knowing what that value is. 2, identify demand. I love this slide here because it shows product going off the shelves there. Once you've built value and you understand what your value is, the second principle then is identifying ways that value can be applied in the market. It's important that, obviously we live in a world where there's a lot of demand, right? There's a lot of demand for a lot of different things. But understanding where your value and where your contribution will make the most difference, it makes all the difference in the world. Understanding the audience and being able to align value with that demand will help greatly accelerate the transaction, the deal, the relationship. Now, once you've got those first 2 points in line, you've built value, you've understood sort of the demand that exists in the market, then the third principle is earning the opportunity, earning the right to ask for the deal. Now, it may be a deal, it may be a date, it may be some other circumstance, but bottom line is you need to first cover those first 2 principles, those first 2 steps to be able to then earn the right to ask for the deal. Once you've proven value, once you've been able to identify demand where you fit in uniquely, then it's the opportunity to go and ask for the deal. I think that far too often we let our lack of confidence, our insecurities, the fears that we have prevent us from asking for the deal. And really, as you'll see here, back up, you're going to miss 100% of the shots that you never take. So it's important that you ask for the deal once you've set up that environment. Now, I've identified in situations that in every transaction that's gone well, there's a point in the conversation, there's a point in the meeting where you know you can ask for the deal. Now, whether it's sales, whether you're pitching, whether you're doing something else to be able to convince someone of something, there's a transfer of energy, right? You're enthusiastic about what it is that you have to offer, what it is that you're selling, what it is that you're doing. And if you effectively pitch, if you are artistic in the way that you pitch, perhaps I should say, there's going to come a moment in that meeting where you can understand and you can recognize that there's been a transfer of excitement, enthusiasm, energy, and shared vision in the thing that you're pitching for. That's the time when you need to ask for the deal. Now, 4 years ago, I and my co-founder started SaltStack. As we began this company, we had a shared vision of really revolutionizing the systems management market, building automation software that would allow companies to scale and build and grow their infrastructure and the applications that they run in meaningful ways. As we've been able to go and pitch, as we've had meetings, I've seen these 3 principles really come to work. We've had meetings with investors, we've had meetings with customers, and it's an exciting thing when you can put all of those 3 principles together, making it happen with an investor or making it happen with a customer, to get them to see the vision that you've applied and to see how it benefits them. There's my horn. Where's the hook, right? My team told me I wasn't going to be able to do it in 8 minutes. Bottom line is, know your value. Know the value to bring to the market. Point 2, understand the demand. Understand where there is a need. 3, identify when and where you need to make that ask happen. And then 4, make sure you ask for the business. Appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.